Hey guys, welcome back to Floyd Speed Shop. Today I get to show you the 5.3 and the 4L80 that I found for the 72 C10. I also picked up an oil pan and the engine mounts we're gonna use to mount this thing. Guys, I need to know, do I need to throw a turbo on this thing or do we need to prioritize just getting it on the road? Let me know in the comments. Check this out. All right, guys, real quick, this 4L80 here, I picked up off of a Facebook Marketplace ad. This guy had it for sale for 400 bucks. He was asking 400 bucks, may have been 450. I got it for around the $300 range. It came out of a wrecked commercial vehicle. I don't know if it was a box truck or an express van or what, but it is a very clean transmission and the fluid looked bright red, which tells me if it came out of a wrecked running vehicle, then it's probably a good transmission. I'm willing to gamble it. Anyways, picked it up for around 300 bucks. Leads me to my next item, which is this 5.3. It could be a 4.8, might be a 5.3. We'll never really know. However, I got this off of a guy in the junkyard that pulls them for you. This came out of a running vehicle, a supposed running vehicle, for 500 bucks. It had reported around 150,000 miles on it, and it came out of an earlier model Escalade with front end damage and new braking and suspension components on the front, which will lead you to believe that it should also be a runner. We're going to need to buy either a extension for this factory flywheel flex plate, or we're going to need to buy a 6-liter flex plate with the pads that I believe it's flat and it has pads on it. Either way, it's a 4L80 flex plate that we might need to buy. I'll mess with that. Either way, not very expensive to mate these two and move on down the road. Leads me to my next item. This is a oil pan kit that was not made in China. It may have been made in China. We won't ever know that. But this oil pan kit comes with the pickup tube. It comes with the oil pan itself and everything really that goes with it. It has the oil pan bolts in the box. It's got everything. And then we got these little guys right here. This is a small block Chevy to LS engine mount plate. Really, you just bolt this up to your LS engine, and then when you set your LS into the vehicle that you're swapping, you put the clamshell on this, and then it bolts into the factory location on the factory truck cross member. This is probably the easiest and cheapest way to get an LS engine into any vehicle that came with a small block Chevy. The best part about it, guys, is if you're swapping a C10, you can use the factory transmission that was in it. So it puts the LS engine, the backside of the LS engine, right where the backside of the small block is. So you can use the factory transmission in the factory location with the factory cross member. It makes the swap so much easier. They have these work for C10s, G bodies, anything that came with the small block Chevy. So that's what's cool about these, and they're super cheap, and they're not made in China either. And I had this came from Speedway years ago when I built my turbo Cutlass. I never used it. We're gonna see if we can use it for this. for this swap. If this doesn't work, we're just gonna weld our own transmission cross member. It won't be bad either way. All right, well, I wanted to update you guys and let you guys know that this truck isn't sitting here, and we're still slowly doing stuff and acquiring stuff for this build. Do me a favor, if you haven't already, please hit subscribe. More importantly, just to give us direction, tell us if we need to also get a China turbo and fabricate our own turbo kit to get this thing, give this thing a little bit of boost. Well, that'll do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And please, if you haven't already, hit subscribe, hit share, and more importantly, take care. We'll see you there.